What's going on, guys? Jon Delarosa here. This is actually my first workout for the New York Pro. Although I've been prepping for a little bit now, I was getting ready for the Arnold Classic Brazil. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be competing in Brazil this year, but maybe next year. Yeah, it's my first workout, getting ready for the New York Pro. Feeling really good, still very confident. I got a lot of energy going into this, and everything seems to be going the right way, so pretty excited. Today we started out with doing pull-ups, something I normally do. I either do assisted or just regular pull-ups, depending on how I feel that day. Today I felt pretty good, felt pretty strong, so I decided to just do regular pull-ups. I usually do about 3 to 4 sets of anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. Again, I just do this just to warm up the muscle enough, get a lot of blood in there, and that sets me up for the rest of my workout. After that, I went into the old school Dorian Yates pullover machine. When you're here at the Mecca Bevs, you got to use the equipment that they have. I mean, they have equipment that you don't really see anywhere else. So I saw it, I was walking by, I said, you know what, let me just jump in there and do it. It's something that I don't get to do very often, so why not? I did 4 sets there. Again, anywhere from 8 to 12 reps, increasing the weight. That gave me a really good pump into my lower lats. So I really like to do that, especially for me. One of my biggest things last year was to get my back thicker. So I focused a lot this off season, just really getting a lot of blood into my lower back, to my lower lats, and really thickening that area up. So when I hit my rear double bicep or my rear lat spread, all that's coming out at you towards the stage instead of just being wide. So this was a great exercise for that. After that, we went into barbell rows. Funny thing is, we did the barbell rows, but we did it with these weights that look absolutely ridiculous to me, but they're actually pretty cool. They're rubber, and they don't mess up the floor or anything. So Bev and Steve got some really cool equipment in here, and we don't want to damage it. So they look like 100-pound weights, but they're really not. They're 45s. But yeah, we went into that again, focusing on the lower lats, getting a lot of blood into the lower lat region. Again, thickening that back up. I believe I did 4 sets there. Again, anywhere from 10 to 12 reps, 8 to 12 reps. I do those every single one of my workouts, my back workouts. I think it's a staple that you got to do along with deadlifts, pretty much every workout. Some kind of barbell row or machine row, depending on the week. Like I said, if I feel good and strong and I have no pains or anything, I definitely go barbell. The New York Pro is going to be fun. It's almost like a dream come true, because it feels like just yesterday I was this little kid, and Jeff and I were just talking about this. I was looking at flex on the wall, and it feels like just yesterday I was looking at these guys on stage, and almost surreal. Like, these guys can't be real, And I remember Victor doing the Night of Champions and winning, and now I'm going to be on stage with him. So it's an honor, to be up there. Just because I did it last year doesn't take anything away from doing the New York Pro, and it's still that prestigious, crazy show. To me, it's the Olympia. You know what I mean? I'm not doing the Olympia just yet. Well, you don't know, but to me, it's just as exciting as doing the Olympia. So it's going to be good. There's a lot of good guys coming out. I'm not particularly worried about anybody. I'm bringing my best package. And wherever the judges feel that it lands me is where I land. And I want to make the best out of it. It's going to be a memorable experience for me, being on stage with a lot of my friends and a lot of these guys that I've become good friends with. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day. Next exercise I moved on to was the pull downs. Pull downs is another one of those things that I like to do pretty often in my back workouts. I think it really gives you a lot of thickness in your back, especially if you're squeezing down properly, not swinging too much, and using the weight, using your body weight to pull the weight down rather than using your lats to pull the weight down. So I went heavier, but by this time my back was already pretty fatigued, so I called my girlfriend Swan over. We got some extra reps out of her spot. With that, I think I worked my way up to 260, 270 pounds, I'm not sure. But yeah, again, same thing. I do about 3 to 4 sets with that exercise. Every workout that I do for back, 3 to 4 exercises. That was it for that.
One more.
After that, we moved on to dumbbell rows. Dumbbell rows is something I like to go pretty heavy in, depending on the day again. But I felt pretty good today, felt pretty strong. So yeah, I mean, that's one of those things too with me. Like I really don't like to use a lot of swinging, and you see a lot of people, throwing weight around and, not doing the workout properly. I'm a stickler for that. I don't really like to throw around weight and stuff. So I might not be putting up, ridiculous amount of weight, but for my body and the way that I'm doing it, it's sufficient amount of weight. And being a bodybuilder, you want to be able to move weight with the muscle that you're training, not every other muscle in your body. After that, we moved on to reverse underhand barbell cable row, I guess you could say. I got these from Victor Munoz, who I train with often. We've been really banging away at my back, and again, like I said, it was one of those things that I really wanted to try and bring up. And this exercise just fatigues my back, so I left it for one of the last exercises just because of that. I just really wanted to get as much out of it as I could. I didn't go too heavy on this one. Like I said, my back was already shot, and I needed to leave something in the tank for the deadlifts that I was going on to after that. But if you really want to get a good pump, I would suggest trying those out. Nothing crazy. I did about 3 sets, worked my way up to about, I think it was like 220 pounds, 240 pounds, something like that. So pretty good. After that, we moved on to deadlifts, one of my favorite exercises. Again, I'm not putting up, 800-pound deadlifts. I'm not a power lifter. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's something that I think it's a great movement, especially if you want to build overall thickness in your back. I mean, nobody can argue that. So it's something that I love to do. It's one of those exercises that gets your adrenaline pumping, gets it going. I went up to about 4 plates on that, even though it looked like about 20. But again, I'm a stickler with form. I try to do everything with proper form, try and, contract the muscles I'm supposed to be contracting. And it was one of the things that I learned in my off season, trying to get my back thicker. It's one of those muscles that are really hard to get that mind muscle connection with, because you hear it so often, you don't really see that muscle, so you don't really know what's going on back there. So I took a lot of time this off season just really learning to close my eyes almost and contract and feel what's going on back there. Even if it means sacrificing some weight, during your exercise, it pays off in the long run. And I think you guys will see that at the New York Club.